We'll move on to Screeching for Victory. Unironically, this is the left-wing strategy to office, and it is working. I'm sad to say.
Yeah.
This is a
But
reality.
it just tells you how bad the Conservatives are, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we'll start off with just mentioning here on the website, if you wanted to learn something conservative, you can go and check out Carl's critique of Jordan Peterson's Conservative Manifesto. Of course, don't know if you have something to say about this.
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of Jordan Peterson, but I didn't think that the framing of his manifesto was sufficient to be able to defeat the left, actually. It seems to be much of it on their own terms, which means I think they'll crush them on. So you need to think about framing things outside of ground on which the left has a good footing already.
And you might think that these kind of conservative conversations would be going on amongst conservative circles all the time. No.
Not the Conservative Party conference.
No, it happens to be that. And if we go to the next link, we can see that you think they'd be discussing that. And no, instead we were actually blindsided by the left, amazingly. Being so retarded, they stole the show. Starting off with the biggest socialist newspaper here, coming out with celebrating Black history and celebrate Black culture for Black History Month. With a headline attacking the Chancellor, who was a black man.
Kwasi Kwarteng.
With the wrong image.
Not pictured.
Yes.
Before we go on, though, I have to say, I went through the panels at the Conservative Party conference. It about is a third, I would say, just openly leftist panels. Like LGBT, like conservatives, or Centre for Social Justice, or the Tony Blair Institute, and stuff like that.
The Tony Blair Institute is instructing the right-wing
No,
party.
they have.
I know, I'm not joking,
panel.
but just...
The Tony Blair Institute has a panel at the Conservative Party conference. There's loads of LGBT. It's not in any way conservative.
At least that seems to be what's coming out in the visuals. And we can see here, just starting off with how the left managed to steal the show because the Conservatives aren't doing anything interesting, with the fact that they decided to celebrate Black History Month by being racist.
Constant.
Apparently this guy's like the CEO of Bank of America or
He's
something.
a black guy? What are you talking about?
But then again, Kwarteng isn't actually black, according to the left, remember?
Well, yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? Yeah.
He's only superficially black.
Yep. Didn't she get fired?
Yes, she did. But if we go to the next one here, we can also see the Conservative Party. This is an MP who decided to post this, 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, this is him at Pride celebrating.
Oh, you know what? There's nothing more conservative than celebrating pride.
Yeah, with
the most deadly of the deadly sins.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm a conservative. Look at me with my pride, my gay pride glasses on. I'm here to represent conservatism.
Most people focus on the furries.
I know, but that's just...
I can see why. But if you go to the left, you can see the racial pride flags, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, you guys have completely lost your way.
LGBTQ ideology, sign me up. Yeah. I'm a conservative.
But this is what Conservative Party Conference should be a time of for cringe.
Well, it is, I mean...
It's what it's become. If we go to the next one, it could also be a time of scrapping your own conservative policy, such as cutting taxes. Which
yeah, I know. And the pound rebounded, and he's like, yeah, I guess I'll take that tax off. And it's like,
okay, whatever.
Idiot.
Fine. And also, it could be a time for being just generally embarrassing. Because if we go to the next one here, we can see the polling for the country. And if you scroll down to the graph, please, John, we can see... oh, God.
Just brutal. More than twice...
The leftist retards...
More than 30 points ahead.
...are polling at 54%, one-party state.
Yeah.
Kind of popularity for the UK.
And you remember, we should have looked up Keir Starmer's personal approval rating for this as well. Because everyone thinks he's really boring and don't like him.
No. The reality is, of course, that the Labour Party aren't becoming increasingly popular. It's all of the conservative people in this country have just left politics altogether.
Yeah.
We've shown this previously with Matthew Goodwin's research.
Yeah.
And as a result, it just means that Labour sit there on 54%.
Yeah, because these are percentages. So it's, the pie has got a lot smaller and Labour own a lot more of it.
Yeah. And if we go to the next image here, we can see just this is polling at 54%. Just what we're looking at is a child-looking communist who turns up with his hammer and sickle shirt to quote Che Guevara at a Labour Party conference. This is 54% of the country right now. Oh yeah, Palestinian flag, of course.
Yeah.
Always someone else's nationalism.
Have we got a clip? Can we listen to him?
I don't really want to.
I do.
It's just a boring quote about how Che Guevara said this. We can if you want. We can play it, which is...
Yeah, let's play it, John. I want to hear the Che Guevara quote.
The House of Lords is an injustice. So to quote Che Guevara, if you tremble with indignation at every injustice, then you're a comrade of mine. So I ask you, comrades, to please support Composite 10 and let's get Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner into power into a more democratic Westminster.
Oh, God.
The House of Lords...
I can't imagine a worse endorsement. Right, so we've got some middle-class nerd who has turned up with, just all of these badges is like, yeah, so to quote Che Guevara, we need to get Keir Starmer in power. Yeah. How embarrassing.
He's doing a photography degree, don't you know?
Of course he bloody well is.
Look at him. I made that up.
But,
what else is he doing? He's not got a job. I'm not going to say that.
Just embarrassing student politics.
Yeah, and that isn't when the rest of the time they're pleading with you to please stop thinking of them as anti-Semites. I mean, please, we love... I mean, Jews.
Well, they did kick out Jeremy Corbyn. So.
Yeah, we have the next one here. This also happened. In the middle of them calling speakers, this lady just seems to get like a WhatsApp message or something. Oh, by the way, to tell everyone that we like Jews. And so she
good point. Happy Holocaust.
Close. She instead decides to read out Happy Rosh Hashanah to everyone, but like butchers the pronunciation. So let's play that.
We're just about to move to this afternoon's main debate, but before we do so, I'd like to wish everybody in the Jewish community a very happy and sweet New Year, this Rosh Hashanah. So.
I have never read this before in my life.
You can tell that the third of the audience that the Corbyn supporters that are normally incredibly loud are just like
Jews. The few. I think that was the mood of the room.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, usually the applause is much louder. But also the evidence of like, one, she butchers it, she'd never read that before. But also two, the idea that in the middle of just other business, she just randomly does that. Like I can't get over how just out of place.
By the way,
it was.
I love Jews in Israel. Just have to say that.
Yeah, God bless Israel.
God bless the colonial occupiers of Palestine.
That is polling at 54%.
Yeah,
whereas if we head back to Conservative Conference, again, the left managed to steal the show by just being so retarded. It's the only thing that's interesting that's going on. This is Tory party MPs who try to move into their own conference and just get screeched at by leftists outside.
God, I love it when the leftists are like, you guys are such extreme right-wingers, and the Conservatives are like, well, I'm on my way to a meeting with Tony Blair.
Yeah. But
just
also,
going to the LGBTQ Conservative panel, I mean,
None of this happened at the Labour conference. Literally no one was outside screeching. No. Except some lesbians who were like, we don't like cock. And then they got called bigots. And,
what a bunch of Nazis.
And that was it.
I see the Conservatives have turned up.
Let's look at how the left just acts. Let's play this one of them screeching. You got Che Guevara to be there. He's so angry.
Yeah.
Body language.
Yeah. He thinks he's some hero.
But he's never actually had a confrontation in his life.
No, of course
so he's still
not. You can tell.
and stuff.
You can tell.
Yeah. There's more of this, because of course Jacob Rees-Mogg had to, walk somewhere as well. So of course, just loads of them. As you can see, there's lots of them.
Tolerant left turned out.
Yeah, tolerant left turned out to screech at him again, as they usually do. Let's play this one.
It's almost like allowing leftists to teach kids was a bad idea. I'm saying there was cut wages, not welfare.
Yeah, almost everyone here is, as you can see by the variation of signs, from an organisation, which means they're probably the staff of that organisation.
Yeah.
And they've all met at Tory party conference to just be a nuisance. No goddamn reason other than to screech.
Cut wages? Is that really the left's message?
I think this is what the Conservatives have done. Right. But if you go to the next one, this isn't when they're just generally screeching as well. I mean, this one here, they're just screeching, get out of Brum's Tory scum. And as you can see, there's loads of them. They're just turned up, just being assholes. Just constantly. This is actually their campaigning strategy, is to screech to victory. And it's winning.
I can't help but notice how ethnically homogenous this crowd is.
There's that too.
Pale, male, and stale, I think is how it could be described.
Their rhetoric.
Yeah.
And if you go to the next one, there's also when they're not just blasting music. They decide to blast the Benny Hill theme as well. We'll play that, I guess. But the thing is, that just describes themselves, not the like, you guys are the clowns here. Again, I love how they just bring, honks to their own movements at this point. Which
They're literally going to be turning up in clown makeup next year.
yeah, but you don't remember at Kelly Posey Parker's event, there was someone being arrested going, "Who do you serve? Who do you protect?" And then just someone went, "Baka, baka," like with a real horn. it was the funniest thing.
Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Well, the king.
We should probably just send horns to everyone who goes to left wing protest now. Just
Yeah, yeah.
when they start screeching at you, just pull it out and go, "Ba, ba, ba, ba."
Oh, that's actually genius, Callum. That's
Hello, clown.
that's actually genius. They say this. He's like, meow, meow.
Unironically, I gotta buy one.
That's actually hilarious.
You know, a lot of left wing things are fun.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba.
Hong Kong.
What did you say? Say it again.
You were being oppressed. Beep beep.
Just stop oil. But we have more of this as well, which is they then started screeching, as you can see here, wanting to lock up the opposition is undemocratic. We live in England, not Russia. This account screeches as the police just say, "Could you please just fuck off from the entrance?" I'm sorry I swore, but it's so insufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play this.
We help create the path, yeah? Move out of the way!
Look how middle class.
I'm not! You
Silence. Yeah, funnily enough, you can't just block the entrance to the building.
Never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
Did you see the redhead there?
Yeah.
With the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
unbelievable.
As you would expect. Steve Bray there, of course, as well.
Of course he is.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's
After losing the Brexit war, he's got to do something with his time.
I kind of want to do this to the Labour conference next year. Like, part of me does want to just turn up with clown horns and start screeching "commie scum," go home or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to give them a taste of their own
Yeah,
medicine.
but we wouldn't get the same sort of treatment. We'd actually get clubbed.
But that's the thing. If it's illegal, then why is this allowed? And also, if they make it illegal against us, then I expect them to make it illegal against them. And if they don't, then we can at least take them to court, which will be fun because we'll get cash payments. Otherwise, it might just be fun just to sit there with clown horns, which would be. God, look at the redhead. Sorry, this makes me laugh every
outside
time.
of the Labour conference, just blaring through through a giant speaker, just circus music. Yeah, exactly. So as they're all walking in,
You know
that's
what's,
actually genius, man. We should do that.
you know what's funny? I'm going to clip the North Korean version of that.
Oh yeah.
There's a compilation of the North Korean K-pop band doing like foreign songs. There's like all of 5. They're all before 1950, of course.
Right.
So it's really weird to look at. But for some reason, that clown song was allowed. So there's footage of them doing that while Kim Jong Un sits there, and it's. I don't think anyone's told them that it means something else than just classical music, but whatever. It wasn't the only funny thing to come out of all of this, because there was one politician who told it like it was, and I would vote for him if I could. Well, unfortunately,
Bolsonaro.
no. In the UK, he's been kicked out of the party for it. We shall see the news, the breaking news, if we can start this from the start, please, John, and play this. This is the news from the BBC Midlands. Let's play this clip here, which is jolly good fun.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Birmingham is a dump.
Let's stop it there.
I mean, is that wrong?
Just,
I saw them complaining about this because this was like some young conservative organizer or something, wasn't it? And they were like, he said that Birmingham's a dump. It's like, and the sky's blue. What?
Yeah, the
Have you
grass is
been to?
green.
I've been to Birmingham. Yeah, it's terrible.
A lot of people have been there and quickly left.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of people used to live there and have also left.
Yeah.
If you go to the next one, you can see, of course, the story you're mentioning here, which is this dude here, the Chad hero, salutes in the chat.
Yeah. Brummy hating. Well, he's done nothing wrong. Man.
told it how it was, which is Birmingham is a dump, and then they suspended him for this from the party.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
You're not going to get votes in Birmingham, Conservatives.
But I love how Birmingham's Labour run as well. So he was like,
Yeah, of course it is.
this leftist-run city is an S-hole. Well, you can't say that.
I know. Oh, God.
You're
I hate
banned from the
Conserv-
right-wing party.
It's
Okay.
just so ridiculous.
What a joke.
You should
And-
just parlay that into, look at what the Labour Party have done to it.
Yeah, there are people
The Republicans in America would have done.
desperately trying to defend Birmingham's honour, which,
Why?
good luck. The one guy decided to tweet out this.
Progressive multicultural city.
Yeah, one-
That's an Manc accent. I can't do accents.
Well, it wouldn't be that accent anymore, would it?
No, they've still got the Brum accent. It's really funny. Right, I went there a few years ago, and it was just I walk up to some
Asian made.
no, literally, I walk up to some Asian guy who's behind the train ticket counter. I'm just like, can I get a ticket? And he just replies to me in this flawless Birmingham accent. I was just like, oh, it was just weird. It's just not what you expect. It was a strange juxtaposition.
If we go to the next image, we can see that they have people defending it. This is some conservative who was upset that a conservative had said it was an asshole.
Yeah, that is. Look at those glass and steel buildings.
Yeah, which is also gross, but then
Ugly.
The thing he's trying to show off is this one water feature here, which is in traditional style.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why don't all the buildings look like that water feature, mate?
Other people tried to defend it with other pictures of Birmingham. No. The same place.
So there's one square in Birmingham that
has
isn't an obvious dump.
Traditional architecture surrounded by modernist architecture.
Now
which you
get the
have to
pictures
ignore.
of the bull ring.
And then
The giant grey concrete bull. Go get those pictures.
someone else decided to also try to defend Birmingham. Same picture. It's just, I can't stop laughing how everyone who tried to defend this is like, yeah, but have you seen this one place, this one thing in Birmingham we still have that we try to keep clean? It's a whole city, right? Like
There's a million people in Birmingham.
yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of the city, if you just look up Birmingham, Reddit comes up with this. Just,
Oh, look,
which-
it looks like Detroit.
I don't know why you're scrolling down. If we can get the image there, which just there you have it.
Yeah.
Looking beautiful.
But
which
go and look at the bull ring. It's just dark grey concrete. It's disgusting. Built
Yeah.
in the 70s, I imagine,
I just-
by the Labour government.
I kind of is it just me? You see the solar panels on the houses at the back. Does that make it uglier?
Yes.
Like, there's something about it that just makes me like, it's already not great, but like,
The ghettos of Cybertron.
yeah, it looks cyberpunk almost, but in a nightmare way. Anyway, but if you're wondering whether or not
No, this is exactly the cyberpunk dystopia streams that we do. This is exactly it. And the grey sky of Britain as well really makes it.
if you wonder if the people of Birmingham also happen to agree with this diagnosis, I suppose we'll go to our roving reporter, the happiest man in Birmingham. Can't play this for copyright, but you know what he has to say, and if you don't, go and enjoy the happiest man in Birmingham. Otherwise, that's Screeching To Victory, which, if things stay as they are, they're going to actually do it. They are going to be screeching retards talking to you about Che Guevara and somehow get 54% of the vote. I look forward to it. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast at the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as Carl's fantastic and wonderful speech, The Word and the Shire, that he gave at the Widden. You'll find out what else he's putting out. You can follow him on Getter, of course, at Carl Benjamin on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.